We have the latest on Randy Orton's WWE return. Has Zack Ryder actually signed with the WWE after his SmackDown outing on Friday? And an AEW star requires more surgery. Find out who and where in a bit. And that little bit is right now, because we talk about the AEW star who requires more surgery on top of surgery he's already had. My goodness me, Sam. It's a shame because it's a veteran of the square circle in terms of that bump card.
Oh, God, yeah. There can't be many holes left to punch in it.
No. It's Dustin Rhodes, everybody, who had double knee replacement surgery after that stuff he did in the summer, obviously taking the TNT title, dropping it to Kyle Fletcher, having some time off, but now there is more surgery on top of those double knees, Sam.
Yeah, so he said he's aiming to come back to the ring within the next year, but he's not finished at all with the major surgeries, as you said. He said, the positive I can say about my knee replacements is the arthritis is gone. I'll be doing both shoulders, though, when I call it quits. They are also destroyed. I chose to abuse my body in more ways than one and wouldn't change a damn thing. So it's looking like he's going to aim to be back, but that he's still going to require that surgery. But he's hopeful that he can just put that off until after he's left the ring altogether.
I will shave my hair if Dustin Rhodes does not come back, and in his first match back. Well, no, I'm not going to go that far.
I was going to say the hat, Ross. Remember the hat?
Within 1 to 23 matches back in that return stretch, he doesn't do a Canadian Destroyer.
Okay.
In fact, Andrew will get Bam Bam Bigelow's tattoo on his scalp if Dustin Rhodes is. That's the one thing about Dustin Rhodes over the last few years. Yeah. He defies the odds in everything that he does. He started wrestling everybody in the 1980s.
It's one of those where obviously he goes on for what many consider to be his greatest work, which is Gold Dust, and then from there I kind of felt a bit hopeful when it was the start of AEW, and it was like, okay, like let's see a whole new side to Dustin. And I think there have been some really standout moments, and especially the fact he's giving back so much to the younger generation. He might not be being utilized in ways that some of his bigger fans are quite over the moon with at the minute, but I think that at the same time, so long as he's able to come back healthy, and so long as he's able to get back in there, because he hasn't really missed a beat at all, has he?
Oh, he defies the odds, as I keep saying. Yeah. His in-ring work has never been better than it has been sort of like since the start of AEW. I need my brother, as Cody Rhodes said famously way back in the day. But moving over from AEW to the WWE, someone who's been missing from our screens from a little bit of time is one Randall Keith. But there is a return update about Randall Keith.
So he hasn't appeared on WWE programming since receiving that stomp from Seth and the Tsunami from Bronson as part of the beatdown from the Vision on October 3rd. It all happened after Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed defeated Orton and Cody in the main event of that show. But Orton's just kind of been away since then. But now, those pesky advertising marketing agencies have given the game away, haven't they, Ross?
Potentially, because December the 5th, the episode of Friday Night SmackDown happens on that very day that I've just said right there. Randy Orton is advertised to be part of that show. Of course, we've always got to sit here and go, cards subject to change.
Yeah, there's always the little asterisk, but the theory is here that he could potentially return, like maybe a surprise return before that date. But if he is being booked for those dates, you got to expect it to be the week before that if it is going to be a surprise. If not, then they're just going to plug it on TV. They might do that as well just to try and pop a rating, right?
Yeah, and I guess if the news story is here, the fact he hasn't been advertised for a long time and now he is starting to be advertised, so that probably tells you that a return is not too far in the distant future. He's going to go back in the WWE title picture on SmackDown.
Straight away, just slots straight back in there like nothing's happened.
Because it's all the same, basically. You've got, Aleister Black's now in the mix, I guess. Yeah. But on top of that, you've obviously got the two main players being Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre.
And he's undeniable. It's like you can't just slot Randy back in there without something substantial and put him lower down the card. There needs to be something meaty. But I think that right now, given the focus of his storyline, given who's took him out, there's only one place he can really go.
Yeah. Other thoughts are maybe thinking War Games. Are they going to flesh out the 5 versus 5? It feels like it's going to be 4 versus 4. Or is it going to be 5 versus 5?
Randy in the War Games.
I've not seen SmackDown yet. I was out on Friday and Saturday. I can't believe it. Oh, bloody hell. So if it's going to be 5 on 5, if he does return on that 21st November episode, the chances are he might be there.
Yeah, either way, it's something that I think is going to build toward probably Rumble if it happens past Survivor Series. So we're going to see Randy involved in some massive way. He's obviously really over there as well, and it's going to be in Saudi. So I think all the star power they can possibly muster. So yeah, I'm just happy to see him back, to be honest.
Oh yes, happy anniversary, Randy. It was his 10-year wedding.
Really?
Some kind of anniversary with his wife. But on top of the advertisement at the start of December, he's also been advertised for the 12th, the 19th, and the January 2nd tapings of Smack Diddly Down.
100%. He's got to be a feature at the Rumble.
Oh, bloody hell yes. Yeah. Zack Ryder, I have seen this bit from last week's SmackDown. He makes his big return. Because obviously, a few years ago, he was speaking to Chris Van Vliet and said, if I ever went back to WWE, Zack Ryder's dead, Matt Cardona is going to come back. So, of course, Zack Ryder came back on last week's SmackDown to be part of the John Cena tournament,
obviously. He's just got to start saying the opposite of everything. It's like, nah, I'm too big for WWE. I don't need them. And then they come in with like a $5 million offer. Like, just reverse psychology. Just
never say anything. Yeah, and then he can never be a hypocrite. Anyway, I'm not going to turn down the bag, and neither should he.
Absolutely not.
But Fightful Select have an update on what Zack is, because obviously people are now thinking, we've seen he's got T-shirts on sale. Has he now rejoined the company good and proper? What's the latest, Sam?
Well, Fightful Select have revealed that he's not signed with WWE so far, and his appearance is remaining a one-off for now. Fans noticed, as you said, several pieces of merchandise have made their way to the shop, with Fightful revealing that there's merchandise deal between both sides. When it comes to the biggest question surrounding his appearance, though, there's currently no word on why the name Matt Cardona wasn't used, despite it being used during his recent cameos on NXT. It is a little bit confusing, I'd imagine, if you're a kid going, that's definitely Matt Cardona. Who's Zack Ryder? Yeah. Like for us, obviously, it's like a massive nostalgic throwback, and I mean, it made me crack a smile, and my heart's made of coal.
But because it just feels like now NXT is slowly going back to what it was when Vince McMahon was in charge.
A little bit.
They booked one way in NXT, then they go to the main roster, not obviously giving a brand new gimmick like the Viking experience, but they're presented in a different way as what the main roster needs from them.
It's like there's just this like kind of wall of paint they've all got to walk through now, and whatever they come out as, that's what you are. Get up there.
Because Last Legend, for example, she was a baby face in her latter days in NXT.
Yeah.
That theme song that she has, Sam. Now she's rocked up on the main roster, tag team with Nia Jax. She's a heel.
I guess you can't always have that synergy, though, between both sides. Maybe some situations call for you to call somebody up maybe a bit quicker. Maybe the person that they need to stand in for is now a heel. There's all sorts of stuff goes on, but it would be nice to see more of that cohesion, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like, if it felt like it was all bleeding together, it gives you more of a reason to watch every single piece of the product. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll see it. We'll kind of right the ship a little bit. Maybe we are just going into the doldrums, and it's going to be NXT 3.0. And then we get crazy colours and
don't tease me with a good time, Sam. It's a shame that everything has to revert back to being cookie cutter professional wrestling.
That's true. It's very true.
Bring back the 90s, up the 90s. Anyway, we end this news being a bit of a somber note. Obviously, all of our thoughts here at Cultaholic Wrestling with Rebel of AEW fame, formerly of TNA, of course, back in the day. She revealed that she has pulmonary lymphoma, easy for me to say, in a bit of a heartbreaking video, Sam, that she put out.
Yeah, so she put it's a very emotional video out on her socials, but Rebel, for anybody who's not really been staying on top of the situation, she's been dealing with health issues dating back to May 2024. In the video, she said she was initially told it was a type of pneumonia and began treatment with specific medications for that. But then she said over a year passed with little improvement from her treatment, so she went to the Mayo Clinic, which is for anybody overseas, a medical group that specializes in difficult to diagnose illnesses. They found out that it wasn't pneumonia, so there'd been no real movement on, or no improvement with the treatment she was going through. But they actually found primary pulmonary lymphoma, which is a type of lung cancer. She reveals that she's also picked up a neurological disorder as an effect of the illness as well. And the knock-on effects mean that she can't really walk at the moment without the aid of a walker. Her speech is impacted somewhat, and her right hand has experienced loss of function. So she struggles to write or apply makeup, kind of fine motor skills. But she is starting rehab today, she reveals, in an effort to combat all of this. And at the moment, she's just sort of waiting to... So she's starting the rehab for the functional neurological disorder side of it. But she does reveal that she's got to clear an infection going on in her body first before she can commence further cancer treatment. So fingers crossed, and sending nothing but her best to her. It was just a heartbreaking bit of news to wake up to this morning.
Yeah, up the Reba, in the words of Dr. D. DMD from back in the day in AEW. Remember that? About 5 years ago. Anyway.
Well, she's very hopeful, though, at the end. She says she's going to kick its ass and, she'll be back. And, yeah, just... that's all we can hope for.
Way aye. That's it for News Video 1. Join us later today for News Video 2. I've been Ross, joined by Sam, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.